Abula, what kind of work did your family do? You were born in Tibet, and what kind of livelihood did your parents have?
Abu pela tungyo rwala pela tungyo indu kane pala amla gi di kapla chale khari nangi yore
ta pawa amani kal ngan ta Chushi na zal pamani pe se chombo zone likasha to amare te yenal ta ngan shinka jure saje shinka de man ye chete chacha likana do ramda likanga zo lubar to ne yomata ra kale jali ka zo ya jure shinka.
So it was mainly farming, and I was the youngest child of my parents, and my parents took great care of me and did not assign me any work. And in our village, since there was no machines, it was just hard work on the farm.
Mm-hmm. How many people were in your family?
Aulage nansa nale nami khatsu siona.
No Mayo Tangayo Dirva, you then Pamani Kayo. Ane Pomo Pinjo Jayo. Putio Pinjo.
So when I left my home, they were my parents, 4 sisters, and a brother.
And why did you leave your home?
And nang Karze Pevina, Tikabla.
No, Tatekal Yagadena de Tanganza, Tessia Sadose, Tandas Karsegana, Terrenilla, Ane Jagatanga, Janama, Shoshisa, Karsegar, Lojola, Dogesares, Pamani Shigevarta, that Janama Chet and a Pum Kavachendo Hako Mareseta, Jagaya to her, Jagadena Lhasa to her, Hasan Singa Javatilera.
So the reason was that we were what's called the landowners, and the boys were being taken to school in China. So fearing that, my parents sent me to Lhasa, and from there I came to India.
Oh, what age were you when your parents sent you to Lhasa, and how did you get there?
Lhasa la pamani gitang du gane awla thidi khunglo khajure.
There are lots of no chocolate materials. Chocolate.
Any Kandesia lever, the pioneer Hasabado.
Pioneer Hasapadel, no nel, Hasan Roisia, Zegarta, the Jacob Amare. Jamemotan.
So I was about 19 years old then. And I came to Lhasa because there were no Chinese that stopped us along the way then. And I came in a Chinese vehicle.
Really?
My parents agreed to send me.
You mean even at 19, you would have been sent to China for an education at age 19, not younger?
아니 공로 다 주고 지르도와 디캅래야 주고 심바 이네게 아니 디캅라 갸나라 롭탈 당기여베 딜레 충아 마르베
코스테도 도 로조제나타 먼저 사다세넬 소노데 레바 제야 코스 다 소노여발 코스 메 로조 카르테나 땡한데 셀 조티알 셈바 조아테지 다 텐다다 제비오서.
So since we were landowners, I think they were taking us there so as to, give us patriotic lessons and then to change our way of thinking.
I see. Did you remember any other young men in your area that were sent to China before you left for Lhasa?
아니 abla di kablaya Lhasa lama phegi ngon laya en lungbe na ne phudinde ya gyana lama doya dinde si yona.
Lumbano nganza lumbano ne kam majato jamel pa Karze lojo sega chasega jame mo zo al mombo dros mo jame tulo de ke tereza mo zo mombo dros jama manala jado ta pevani tese zero nyarisho de nganzo bemen jingen do sa tende koyando jag mo shitene mato tende cha ko ma shite de nganzo te shato te tonos mara.
So I do not have much knowledge, but there were many in our region boys that joined the Chinese army. And later, when they were fighting between the Chinese and the Tibetans, I heard that the Tibetans were in Chinese uniform fighting against the Tibetans.
And what happened when you got to Lhasa? Where did you go and what did you do?
Aula manaya pen Lhasa jorwa. Lhasa jortu kana any karinang best Lhasa laya.
Lhasa la ta Karze ni penja gamba de Lhasa yo. Jagal ne pon ron le pagan Lhasa yo se alma pai le igele ra. Te tesal tel Lhasa den de tesa yo. Lhasa le te kote den de te yo. Tene penja la ta pai man roya mandos. Jaga po chega mandos. Jaga pan ron gang do se tende se loi. Tene ke tala te sen do tel Lhasa de pa zo tene jaga te lo. Penja nika.
So at that time, my older brother, who had been on a pilgrimage, was in Lhasa. And he had written to the family that he was in Lhasa. So when I went there, I met him. And I told my brother that it was not safe to go back to the village. And instead that we should go to India. And that's what both of us did.
Ooh. So at age 19, you and your brother went to India. And let's see, what year was that? 1935, and you were 18? Did I say it, 18? I have it here. Okay, so that was in 1953.
Lochugulaya Aulagi Chujoni, the Yagal to Peverwa. And the Kablea Dirwa Chikton Gubya, Ngapchungak Sums Redwa, Dindina.
What you want to
Per Mashong and a Yagal Pets Harwell.
Per mason letter.
Well,
Jagal. Per show you today.
Lhoka.
The time tenders have conscious Jagat Segan, Jagal a lot is a day. Tenella Per show per Momre, Local More, Chigur Mod. Then the mall part Jagan Pimon Rodua. Oh, Tendere. The Dengawa Rosso Tamaso, Chushi said.
So we were in India before Tibet was occupied, and we were a year or two in India when we learned that there was the Chushi Gangdrug organization in Tibet, and I wanted to go and join it, but at that time I couldn't.
And why did you want to join?
아니 아울라 Chushi Gangdrug 가르치는 주고 삼수엘.
다 Jaga then Kalimpong then Lojo Tegmando. Lojo Zogara Zose, Pesha Mando, Pesha Mando. And that Chichikore Pana Lhoka or Zetati Mon Rojan Tate, Socialum Bit and Tavashandron and Taka, Chemando Sunilla, Mon Rogese. The Mon Chemasunga.
It was we were living in Kalimpong in India, and at that time we had no money and we couldn't get any education too. So I thought, fighting with the Chushi Gangdrug was for our country, and I don't mind dying for it. But they didn't take me along with them.
When did you find a group to join when you said they didn't take me along? Were there Chushi Gangdrug in Kalimpong?
다 콘주기 아울라 냠도 치마 송송이바 다 미정에 던저 수수레 칼림폰에 망보여레
칼림폰에 만다 녀셔 스마스스요 정가 녀셔니 발제요 다때 조나의 산들로년 로생이요 다제겐바 산더스 깨져 정보 저거를 칼림폰 산더스 세르 딱 소마 깨져나요 다때 먼저 파이접받 만다 정가 녀셔세요 알자 대서라 로소나는 로제가 빼셔도 둘로 세제도 따가셔서야 빼셔요 말에 안 산다냐 로냐라고 걸어 샤셔서 옆어서 트는 따가 둘로 로스 빠라 로냐라고 또 들어서 트려요 대차를 로세는 허리 추시를 대서 로지면 단단로로 말했어 트이면서
So there was a rich man in Kalimpong called Lobsang Lonyenda, and he took along 15 to 20 people with him from Kalimpong and paid them money, bought them clothes, and a saddle for their horses.
And why wouldn't they take you?
네, Lobsang Lonyenda기 아울 간진 티어 말해.
nga hore lo chotware mon ron chotware koro kalbel kote yora kumbandre tenol desus koro chema do pagni yore tel ropacha ti desa ti jondo.
So this man told me that I was too young to go and join the fight, and he had a house in Kalimpong and asked me to stay with his wife and 2 children.
I see. And how long did you stay there, and what happened to you?
그 English 주의나 비게란 가르쳐.
내가 다 수저제 산도스틸. 근데 데니 토마소. 내가 론드리를 봐. 근데 도젤을 친 바에 봐 칼르벤 페 도젤을 치 도젤에 세잘로 텐드 산로자. 아니 세잘로 텐드가 소가 체지고를 모아놓 또로치스. 만데 바데니 조금도스 모안로니 조금도스 알게 텐데 시야. 세잘로 텐드가 저로 모안로 텐데 이베스운도. 마텐데 인로이세 테네 케토가사 테네 니와텔 다 저러 쇼상알 이게 나도시 이게 또랑아 칼르벤 다젤 침바이 다 저런 로나 뭐가 싱가마리세 도젤레 마제델 코티 텐디즈요레 다 식셀 콤바스도 테놀 자슈 테놀 포거 쫑아 냐시센도 터설 베 로근도 ngal pe shinga yo bese nge pe thocha shinga yo se tene pe lo sa tene pe lo tene za nga da se jos da se ni se jos pa she tene gunda se chin lo so.
So I stayed there for 3 to 4 months, but I did not like it, and so I went to Darjeeling and approached Mr. Gyalo Thondup and told him that I wish to join the Chushi Gangdrug at Lhoka, and that I did not wish to stay there. And he asked me if I was certain, and I said yes, I was. And then the next time he sent me a letter asking me to come to Darjeeling, and then I went there. I was taken to a place where there were about 15 to 20 young boys who were learning Tibetan, and I stayed there for a month or 2.
These young boys who were learning Tibetan, were they not Tibetan boys? Why did they need to learn Tibetan?
근데 데레야 부정한 예수지 뷰이 장고도 송이바 베게 베바를 왜 던져.
그래 배바 조스.
뷰이 이게 장고를 왜.
베베 조알 데 당가서 나도 접하나래. 베 때세 무슨 마시는 베 로네 베조 진라조 텐데서 데.
So these were Tibetan boys, and they were learning to read and write Tibetan and mathematics.
데데 간서 찬로가 깨주닌도 테테는도 그래서 도젤레 라타노 잘 이게 키파레사 인제 이게.
So there were two of the interpreters who were there in the group, and they had been to school in Darjeeling and knew English very well.
And did you join that group, and how long did you stay with them?
아니 규링류 데나 푸든 주냠돌래야.
다스 저세데. 테노라. 다스 저데와제. 아니 다스데 질 때는 다 도고 근단 로가레 수근도. 아니 도고 근단 로가레 저로서 잘라도 저저 각각 그만 텐데서 좀 봐쇼스. 세트는 가서 가ban 로게 쳐하고 배워 말해. 때는 가서 군다 사르 마르콜레 아체이나 롱과들 모타도 모타도 거냐데 테노라. 다 세잘로 텐두고 모타도 렌도와. 테 모타도는 쥐라. 실거르 짜소와. 실거르 짜테르 실거르네 단다 가슴에 시에바. 근데 먼저 마싱에서도 싱에도 간저 때 요안엘스 달로 텐두 앞에서. 내가 저 그다 셀 실거를 한 러트세가 손바서 고를 냐대야. Shoka no sera police gan nganzo janros. Tene nga she tene nganzo chado khozan no ko chado khozan no chatya de. Tene kandiza photo ja na la tanda nganzo shinge de photo ira. Chiti kandizi na shete gunda da zere amela Gyalo Thondup te badza di chini al mota tu ase shwa. Tene nganzo yo chene tagmo do nganzo mota tu shajanros. Tene chese shaka zele tene konzo to shu se al police lo chando pembodi. Tene nganzo to shu tene o dajele yo aga.
Su Darjeeling la.
Yo dajele yo aga re.
So I was there for about 3 months, and then one night we were told that we had to leave, and we were told not to bring anything with us and to come just as we were, but we didn't know where we were going. So around dusk, a vehicle came and driven by Mr. Gyalo Thondup, and he took us to Siliguri and left us along with a guide. And that night, we slept under a railway bridge, and the next morning the police came and caught us. And so I suppose the guide called up Mr. Gyalo Thondup, because by evening around this time he came there, but he did not acknowledge us but just passed by, and half an hour later the police released us, and we went back to Darjeeling.
And then what happened to you in Darjeeling?
Ani dijela an Darjeeling la khari chungra.
Ane dajele la daatri se de. Ane yoncho droga resa. Yoncho chimbe Gyalo Thondup mutano chua kandros. Tari ngama chinge madad chindo. Tene Siliguri ne shinkansen pe tapanala sel jasua. Tene shinkansen ma pa ne la tene chinge dar chia tene tosh. Tene Gyalo Thondup apes. Tene te tsere re shikano me chia tsere re shikat. No se ha la ka de mana chuchum bosindo. Chet bo ne pare chumba do teno la daga mama mo boyo sa. Mama de so ko ne nganzo on ja yoti. Sis kabado ise nganzo kalkata do li ka chen do ise. Tene ja kanga de pembo de sa de chen ro ina ja ne tene chala kanga ngo so nganzo ngo we ka ya mara. Tene pembo de mama de so le pa joses charos. Mama kanga sholo pa ka shen ros. Te pembo de la nganzo tanda de se te yora. Se te kadi kana jaga komo jas kando wan de pakeno. Ke jaga komo ja de ate al pembo de cha yoti. Ana pembo de nganzo chala ka yo mare. Tene mama de so pa jose tene nganzo kanga shosa. Chiandra tene pe militse tandene mana gemba se ndo gembe tamana. The rather trees that there are Shino shits of it shaded. That ten on Pajusa. Ten of Paju, ten Pandra Terrella, Pazet de la Shizu Golo, Mutachumbo, Yond. Tenacas, Sangadig, and the Shingadig, Mutatas a chain Rosua. Then the Mutad Jewish, thing on the Chataco Mundo. Mutad the two and Rosero, she say in all Kumbachumbo, Tindo. Teno Josh. Teno Jog Terrella. Tampo nganzo shiga do tao ja ka she chen ro re na tres mama mobo do menda kane panu tno kasa ka de e no ja she no la nganzo la tamate ya potente ja she shido sa ya ja she ka ya po pesish de ya po zola semba she bo mando ta ka chen ro na su shi te gonda la ras nganzo la khala ya ta che tre tena khala tre te za sa tere la ta Togo ganda te dal shoke no se ga terela mota ni le sa mota ni no la shaka za chu gol menda khange jawa mam ni zer de dal mam ni zer de tene there is a menda there is a janja kha che dos tene nyang ko chen ro ra longa ne ta tumbas chombo de jasa do tene sen men ro go do ta khonza musa do so na ta tsamba che so ren do 다 관제 잼바 영동도 자 체계요래 간죠. 텐데자 체 테네 영화제자 텐데자 체소 테네 마 최초보선도 최초보데 카제 테르라 테네 파리제 차테르라 롱고 따쇼데 노트신도와 te pa shung an pa te ora rele yare te ser rele tombo rele no che rele fast de nyasa no mo nyere nyal menda kanga rele su nga yosh te rele che se tene gunda zela nganzo longwa zela kos te rele che se ka longwa zela ko ne pasa te yo te ni yo sa yo do te to de no che se ndo no che se de no changes.
So after about a month, we were told that we had to leave again, and Mr. Gyalo Thondup and the same guide that took us earlier came and they took us to Siliguri, and we walked the whole night through a field. While Gyalo Thondup returned, we carried on, and then after crossing a river, we came upon a village, and where there were soldiers. And once again, we were caught by them, and they searched us and asked us where we were going. And we replied that we were going to seek work in Calcutta. And then the leader of these soldiers sent everyone out except him and us. And one of the men with us, whose name is Mr. Thondup, he had 400 rupees in his pocket, which we gave to this leader. And then he took us to a distance of about here to the nearby monastery, and then left us there. And there we found a large vehicle in which the guide put us. And then we traveled in this vehicle for some time and reached a large house where they gave us cigarettes and they gave us food. But we were not happy because we were afraid we would once again be caught by the soldiers. And then they fed us very well because that night they killed a goat and gave us good food. And the next morning, 2 more vehicles came. And so we were put in these 2 vehicles followed by 2 guards in front and 2 guards at the back with guns, and crossed the city. And the people were looking at us thinking that the police were taking along some prisoners. Right. And we traveled a whole day and then reached a train station. And then towards evening time, we got down and then we were at an airport.
Yeah. And what happened at the airport?
아니 남탕들 가르치래 남주탕.
근데 나토든 저테는 나토들라 다 단단 가지고 깨주니제가 요래. 근데 아래 그 게게던들랜도와 게 뭐마 마치 빠가 게게레세 게게 빼면서 다 처러서 세대 점벌에면서 게겐데 라가 말해서 하던데죠. 게게니 수zen도 됐을 구아데도. 때 나토데 샤트데 so shocker tene ordinal tene ganzola Karze kombalere se yot te yo derrete pesirete ta angashige yose angajosa zi nodon tene yocha ten trendos tene ta go segmando garo trenel ma sha ne lumba tene no ma sa sha wo sha te zere tenga so ja de chi tene o ya cha ne lo trenro ta lumba chen te manya satende gopra kwa ne rosa tende la ro shone o ma sha sa de gu no ma ta de na chim sha satende jasa la sha de tende kante na tende za nyo mo da garota zonzola na tse te mongor ne la sonya la ro de kana ka satende che do de cheset ma ta na pe chombo ta jaso isara te do chapari se shino yang tende lumba no mi chen ro do tende sa 게게도 소태서 당한저 벨레 처러슬 말세 짜지시야 간저 던더서네 트렌더스.
So there were 2 interpreters with us, and at the airport there were the US trainers there from America, and we were told that we were fortunate to have such trainers because they were veterans of the Second World War. And so the next morning we were put on the plane. They covered us with blanket and gave us a book and a pencil, and then told us to write numbers while the plane flew. And I don't know where we were going because we were traveling and then landing, then traveling and landing. And when we looked down, you could see, ocean, you could see forest, and it would be continuously night, And the trainers told us, look down, there's Tibet, your country.
Continue, please.
Tene nga zo Teresa nyawa kaze chiyo na ta chi sa tere nyuse ta tewe sa lo re. Tewe sa ro pomo sa na za nga iji ti cha ko we wa. Tendra na jo cheme do so ku tu ke nga chan de pe che yo se chu re. Tere lun ba zo chi ro. Te lun ba che sa tene nga zo de sa de shere puna ja che ge ta puna la kumba do kumba de Teresa pa ta no kumba thong ko do. Pa nga sa te sa tere le kin za no ma tu no do. Tu xie le ya de. Nga zo te no ya shi. Te no sha po jia ke ze ya shi. Te no ya ne te nga zo ta tra do so pra ko so che tu nga zo ya ti. Tra ren bo ta nga je de pe tra ya to za kalbe da je le de so tra zo de ya. Te de se wa te ma zo ka so te ja le pra ya tu na ze ya ti. Te zo te ne te lo de so pra ma she te de ka su te. Te ma ra le me re do de ba me to. Te de za le te ja shi. Te ne nyawa te le ro ga se pana ja sa te ka de le me ko chung bo me ko chen ro se te no kanga ma kanga ta che za. Ta che za ne te ne para lo ge sa re ta che ne me sa. Para te no den chen ro se. Te ne chen ro te ne la Karze pana ta ren bo pas ya je mo do. Te ra pas te la ja sa chombo te len ro do cel lo pa ja de ta nga zo no te no me pa sa te la mo tra no lun ro do. Mo tra go kanga te pa ko ja do. Ma to ke zo. Te ne ta nga de ma ra to nga de se ma re te pa te pa sen de ta de ja sa chombo te de che no pi sungo do ta so chombo yo sa te de. Te de za che ro te ne to za te to de go ma po sa te jin ba to. Te ne che an ro se te ne na ta da ko so lo jo zo sa de che ro. Shino do za ra do te de cho re pe pe sa na do. Te lo ko ba ja ja do. Ko ba no za do ro lo to ne pe to da sa bo. Sholo to so pe cho mo re de ko sha te de te no che an ro. Ko so ge ge.
So I heard the name of Formosa being said, so I suppose it was Taiwan where we went. There, it was by the sea, and we were taken to a house and remained there for 8 to 9 days. This house was not very visible from the outside, but you had to sort of walk down, and there was the house, and in it, it must be Taiwan because I could see ladies in pants and with short hair. And they cut all our long hair, the Tibetan style hair, and then gave us army fatigues and also gave each of us a name on our chest. And the next morning we were taken to a hospital where they checked all of us, and I suppose all of us were fit because they put us on a plane, and we flew for a very long time. And when we landed, there was a vehicle that was waiting for us, and the vehicle was covered in a tarpaulin. But, we just moved the tarpaulin, and then we could see that it was a very big city. There were many lights, and there were big shops. And then we flew for a very long time again and reached a very plain area, and that was the training site. And it was in a, sort of with the very rocky mountains there.
Ooh. So you're having quite an adventure. I'd like to go back and ask, what was it like to even get on an airplane for the first time in your life and look out and see the world below? How was that experience like for you?
다 아블라 킨즈 당보다 남주날 쉐르와 남주날 주니 에네 디네마 시디우 가네다 잠블링 마게 월 통데기 여와 디 셈베나 초아 칸데드 위숑스웨스
다 가백 산라버설인데 그래서 다 때는 어떤 한자 사례도 안절다 아래 로존도 가르세 텐데 로스 게게 됐어 저로서 로존도를 때네 저로서 벨도 가르스 아니 저로서 룸박 된다 벨 판로야 레세 텐데 로용도 와 다 간데레서 소소나즈 저세 세 쪼가 된가나즈 벨도가 세를 텐데 신호나즈도 텐데 메세나 세사체문 마케나 텐다나즈 신호나도.
So the region did look like Tibet, and while we were on the plane, the trainers told us that we were going to America to train, and that then we would be, going back to Tibet, and that was quite fearful, that we would be going back to Tibet. But then there was no withdrawing now.
And did you know any of the other young men of how many in the group? 16, 17?
Tanda abunyamdo la mi khazusiona.
Nganyanda la manda 주니 나 저수돼요. 다 대체스 때문에 예사. 주니
아니
저죠.
kunzunang ngoshenbayona.
다 뭐 퍼나테라면서 시게요 말에. 다 간제 그 룸바노네 감스면도. 전에 룸바 잔다는 뭐 니저 소저도 모쇼레도레.
There were about 12 to 13 members, but we did not know each other until we, got to know each other in America. And from Karze region, I was the only one, whereas there were 2 to 3 people from other regions, and the majority of the people came from Lithang.
And you said that you were given a name along with army fatigues. What was the name that you were given? The American name?
아니 밍지테르와 미레라 밍제기도와 안다 막체다 밍제기도와
제오요지라고.
Making
D-O
요지. 닥이나 지세도 거기.
The name I was given
맞아.
was
잠시라 처음에 나서라죠.
D-O-U-G. It sounded like
Oh,
a
Doug.
dog. Yeah.
Doug.
Doug.
Yes, that's an American name. When you were leaving India, and you said, I want to belong to the Chushi Gangdrug, did you think you were going to go back to Tibet? Is that, you were okay, I want to go and die for my country, and now, what made it more scary this time? Because you said you wanted to go, and now they told you were going to go.
다 당보 추시간도를 준이 초두간에다 변화도는 징야르와라.
그래.
다 단다 콘수기 아메리카를 티베 이내게 다 변화도는 징야랑와. 다디 세나 태바 가르치는 중이나 단다.
다테 신호나다 다 신호 때서 연할다 나를 lumba노니 뭐가 무슨도 다 서서 뭐지 배발을 가서 카포리스야 때여와 깨쇼나를 뭐도 깨쇼근도 드롭해면도 로고면도 세야지여와 근데 그 마연바가 다 가바치나를 제제 신호 마도도 전에 로이 안에 다 가서가 별 판로야 더 시도 시기도와 내 변전데 저걸 요래 변절 전에 로요 말에 나 로존도게 있어 라탈 무슨 뜻한 로게 있어야 맞다 나 셔테날도 나를 손발다 뭐지 별 체매 봐요로 다 쇼볼 체매 거고 방에 매수 바나즈 나를 셀 샤데도 치종에 제가 매수서 나즈 샤데도 무슨 뜻 신호나 치면도.
So I found that, from my region, I was the only person in the training. And then, I had to be brave because people would say, that he is, so pitiful if I showed my fear. So as if I had no fear, I acted like that. And inside me, I knew because even if I died, there would be nobody to light even a butter lamp for me because I had not told my brother that I was joining this. I just told him that I was going to go to a school.
나를 름박 샹데 시문예 소소나 저기도.
So if I wasn't brave, I would be bringing disgrace to my region's name.
So to be brave is to act even when you're afraid. Yes. So what was the, did you learn the name of the mountains where you were, or the name of that part of America?
아메리카 레르발라 아메리카 레사게 탄다 자그리 요사다보다 사자디기 밍디 젤이야 캔수에
매 간절 때 도라세.
라
도라 때 사자디 매.
사자디 밍라
그래서 도라세 간절 도라세 따지고. 정말 콜로레트 생도와.
So to us at that time, the trainers told us that the name of the region was Dura, and later it was Colorado.
Colorado. Oh, Dura means gold. Okay. And what did you think of these American trainers?
안 아메리카 기겐던주 칸데라지드에
게게 빼 아포텐데도 게게 간절 빼 무색게 아포쟁에 텐데 콜라 아포테 근도 텐데 가르 타마탱에나 타마 가르 그거테 빼숑 보제 콜라 아포테 빼 데사도 터서 빼 둘로드스 트사.
So the trainers were very good to us. They gave us, provided us with good food, and they were very caring. They gave cigarettes to those who were smokers, and it was a nice place for us to stay.
And what was the training like? What did you learn?
아니 트레이닝 가리라고 찍게 로 정답제나.
텔레 카셸 타르토 발리스도 저기도 카셸 멤버 다 멤버 다 미셔널 텔 마테도 네반데 칸도 또 여봐. 근데 로그도 카셸 안에 사타노 딸 판로야 딸 lumba데네 딸 lumba텔 로가는 데노 딸 전에 요 마치알 대진 도아텔 다 등에 메가 지야사 쳐서 샬로는 요 따져서 도아
캠퍼스
가르레 다른 다나도 거로까데 가나 샤샤테 카토페테는 파나 로세사 딜레로게스도 앙카루사 어떤라나로 다텐데 쪼레 멤발로레 카실 마테조토도 네바카토.
So people were given different types of training. Some were trained in wireless, others in treating injuries and carrying away the injured people, and while others learned about mapping and reading the compass. And warfare.
And what was your training?
아블라 가리장이나
Wireless.
Can you tell us a little bit about what did you have to learn about the wireless?
아니 단다 따르 땅땅기 꼴에 칸데 장단제나
따르 또 꼴에 요타 the battery yang battery segaro tang anzo guruzan de kubatino jar kosuina mesino to yung dua ten anzo trigger ta angde tende zalo yo tegndo tene te sa sonala yo ta anzo denel pendal ta mesonda ma tarto go yenal wo te to de dead so wo te su trigger dua kali khabodo.
So we were made into groups, and then, they would show us in a machine how the wireless telegraph had to be sent. There were certain numbers, and it was very difficult.
Sounds very challenging.
깔레카고 요사로와
kali khabodo.
Were you told what you were going to be doing with this wireless training?
안탄다 디기 따르기 꼴에야 롭 정달제와 엔디 제마 디기 가리 배주 땅 보고 요래라니 랍기도에
제마다 저러서 그래서 무당 가서를 이제서 가서서 고자는 거 그러지요. 대 벨파유 그래서 Pele sar guru ten desus, then it's the still console park, Kachashi shoes, the Tarto shoes. They mon the no, they mundos and this Hajan the no, they mundos and then two shoes. That is all law.
So they made groups with 4 to 5 in each group, and they told us that we would be dropped into Tibet, and that we were to, send them wireless regarding where the armies were located.
When they said dropped into Tibet, did you understand what they meant, and what training did you have?
Anita Pönal Yuguris Larwa, and the Dicane Candida which Gongse Awikan.
Peno Yuga said, Tanga, Shenda Sona Lung, Pinjadi Hakomaso, so then I'll get the Chizong and a Chemepeng as well, made Susuna, certainly Hamogos, Hamoga Shasusuna, and I take somebody at Josh. Yet the Cartiamado.
When I learned that I would be dropped in Tibet, I was a little bit sad, because should I die, nobody would know that I died, and my brother especially wouldn't know, and no one to light a butter lamp for me.
And how long did the training last, Abula?
And it Jongdak the Guringlu Che,
Yonda the dog just as
about 10 months.
Then it Relasha wasn't to Bell Patogers and Rogers, Nathaniel Pigeon that reject. Sell a more daughters are territory train, just a junior, there must no legament. She not said train.
So we were like 10 months there, and they seemed to be in a great hurry to send us back to Tibet, because we were trained both day and night. Night time, they would take us into the forest and teach us warfare, and we would be back home like around midnight.
Did the Americans tell you why they were helping you?
Nanda America giganti yorwa kunzugi karechene pebasolo robachi yore dikor shigi yona.
That they are common on the country that Gyalo Thondup or Kachas Divajira. Gyalo Thondup was a separate pay with Lojo Chesati. Lojo country to say Kachatugo Sare. Because the Lojo Yapondo said, Manzo Lojos are the so Gyalo Thondup duty at the Zodo. Das the Jazzer soul pay.
No, we had no knowledge at all. So it was only Mr. Gyalo Thondup who had contact in that area, and he came there once in 3 to 4 months, and the trainers reported to him.
And did the Americans describe any attitude that they had about the Chinese, because they were training you to fight the Chinese? So did the Americans have any thoughts or feelings that they expressed to you?
America dunzugi gamila zingyagi thendalaya lobjungtegi yorwa. Da Quran zugi gami korla kharisamgi yome di korla shigi yona.
Tekwa chesheng mando. Choraso nganje gaga so ga lob the pen roll peche apoto al nganzol si tar to shuna nganzo gagare semba. Nganje getu the so ga pe lojo che de peto de lika apoche ga so nganzo ga semba gagare se tende segda. And Charaso Pandroya del Pe Nyanga de Chombores, Charaso so Tado, Matani, Matago, Muayores, Chajag Nyangayores, Yena social Lumbik and Shagayores, Conza Jaha Janda in Matia Chetekal, Mamambosher, Cachete Mamambosers, that is a logo. Charaso Shanal, Tasso Jaha Tendores, Shajaga Nyangayores, Pe Nyanga Chombores, that is Segado.
No, nothing about what they thought about the Chinese, but they advised us, and they told us that whatever they had taught us, that we were to use it well, and if we were able to go into Tibet and then send them back messages by wireless, that would make them very happy that their students were doing well. And they also told us that the mission was very dangerous, that the death was around the corner all the time, but that if we died, it was for our country, and that in many different wars, many people have died, and that's for the country.
If you talked among yourselves, did your fellow Tibetans, did you have any idea how large China was, how large their forces were compared to what the Tibetan forces had? Do you have any sense of the percentage or proportion?
Ula number tsoge ta jongdar chinge nyamdo mi khashi yorwa de mi myangbo yorwa an kyans nanglo le yakame nangi do ta jik kyami singe gyana di khande chimbu yore khunzu mangmi khande ya chimbu yore daw jikta anzu ji ji gyaba yina ta khunzu ya chimbu rwal dinde thola kame chungu yodo
ngazo lojo donga ga tande ke tamando tone ta lojo zo pa yore se te ma to je be ga ta ngazo shagare do chete ngazo ro phasa mare se ke shong ge wa mando Ganga seta che jang chore nganzo pana le de la nganzo ngel ma da chu ni zendo taso nganzo da dasu je ze lo ju tasu taso yu tasu tene pa ka ba yu ina te je le nganzo yu ra
no, there were no such talks. And among the group that were receiving training there, nobody was hesitant about being dropped into Tibet. Everyone was certain of what was coming. And before us, there were a batch of 12 guys, 12 people ahead of us. And after 3 to 4 months of our reaching there, they finished their training and then they went back. We don't know where they were dropped.
So let me see if I understand. Were you, there was a group ahead of you that went into Tibet?
Ahead, 3 to 4, after they reached 3 to 4 months later, this group was taken away. They'd finished their training.
So they went to Tibet to fight, we think. Okay.
Yes.
And you were the next group. Was there a group behind you? Like how many groups were there that kept coming? Do you have any idea?
Ta anda agula kyonsu gi ngon le ya thanda mi kha chik di dawa sum shi je le ya pha khi charwa di je le ya mi de le yor we
te je le ngazo rwa
la
ngazo je lo le yor
kha jus le na
te ka de le mle khoso ke cha she ro che mo do sa che ne le ngazo de de long go de de che che yong ne pan ro ge de ne pa che long go kha kha che do mo chen to che mo do
tu yo mar we
파 로조 돈번 롱에 도 간저 로조서 체 용에 되니 롱과 chen 카카존에 깨자 chen 시에 그만도 요아르세 제 시에 지금도 학과 지금도
네 미스 거서 한다 미 중이 지요를 콘준 다와 숨 시제라 차를 라이데 간데 사코이나
라
단다 미 중이 직년을 레어와 안 아울라 균중에라 미 중이 지도와
도도
안디 간데 사코래
만지에 테 간저 판도를 간저 로조서 코바디는 코바테노 데
안 투고요 말이라와
투고요 아래 대 투고요 아래 단데 롱과네 로조 파틴 롱에 투고요 말에
랑가가
배다 롱과네 단데 네네 메솔 로조 종에 다 메솔라 로조서 네네 머친 롱에는 뼈빠타나 드니 투고요는 간저 로조서 사자데 요 드니 lumba janta zanu che yung kar ta nga zo pana do re lojo zo nga de so nga zo ta de sa ti re pai che pa mo bo do de ta so lojo zo ta ne le pa to ja de ka ba to yo ha ko ga ma ta pe le re to sa pe sa ja ka ba to yo ha ko ga ma te ma to pa chen ro te re long ga ne le nga zo che ga te re le long ga ne le pa che chen do de chen ne ko ba ka ka ja chen tu ji mo do.
So yes, there was one group ahead of us. We were the second group, and there was another group later. But not many of us, met there. And the earlier group, we knew they were dropped into Tibet, but we don't know where in Tibet.
And then a group followed.
Yes.
A group followed. And so after you said, how many weeks was it, your training, or how many months? It was
9 to 10 months.
9 to 10 months. How did they prepare you to be dropped? That is to parachute, I assume, out of an airplane. Did you have practice jumps for parachuting?
네, 다다와 굿주스 파게 정달 제로와 다 표현할 마 유비나 유두간에 다 남주네 마 유고고로와 디 파게라 칸데 정달 제레
대통령가 접나 데를 조절 노드는 이거 식 근데 통보 근데 리아죠.
라
식
싱
식 근데 통보들이 와 근자도 눈이와 들어왔더니 얘는 추사지야 줘. 다 만나 추사랑한테 시자들 시셰들이 와 시자 시족 시셰들이 뭐 돼야 줘. 근데 근데 거기에 만나 추지야 로저땡도 왔던 뭐 신관님이.
So initially the training was that there was a high wooden platform and which you have to climb up with stairs, and down on the ground they had laid sawdust, and then we had to jump from the platform down into the sawdust.
안에 셀 트렌드와 노던을 요근도 대노추 다 대추사라 대추사 때렸더니 때에 시가 때면 아야포 추도나데 야포 시가 때려 된 노던은 에너톤에 노던 칸로 셀 요근도 살을 그래서 노드 유사 사자 좀 보선도 그래서 마음은 뭐부터 로조 제거도.
So after you had trained with the wooden platform, then we were taken in the plane at night and dropped into a very large area. And there were other trainees also.
Oh, what was that like to jump out of an airplane for the first time?
탱만 당분 남주네 처음 유디간에 간디다 오시대.
동발로데 초게들 간데나세온도 소신로나도 노던 데들 고샤려다 그들이나 떠정도와 내리자 노던을 저긴 거. 대 고칸데 로데라 고샤 하파저데서 살마타는 거의 거인 것도 되 저기도. 대거서 게세 고파노데세 선노델 대거서 번에 로나세 뭐보세 빠데 고고세 대네 메시지 이제 주죠. 대 젤로솔로 쳐면도 마 수업이는 그대 앞에 가랬더니 쇼본도.
So when we were in the plane, I wondered, how it would be to jump out. The parachute was hooked there, and we would stand near the door, and there was a gust of wind, and then when you looked down on the ground, you felt dizzy.
Yeah.
And there were trainers on both sides of the door, and when the red light came, they would say, go, and then you had to jump. There was no time for any thought. But when the chute opened, then you were happy.
How was your? I imagine. How was your first landing? Did you land on the ground in a tree? How did that go?
탱만 당고 첨디간에 밥사지어와 디사가 딱딱 밥송야 생동 딘데가라 밥송 간데
신동과 봐마서 사자도 야본거 봐도서. 내가 몇 바사테를 건드려서 도가라. 그거는 라빠도알 그거 제수. 근데 라빠데 빼려서 졸로 파피였어.
안에 라빠.
별런데네 빼려. 그거 타발로 그걸 라빠존이 그거 트렌드라. 라빠 사네. 되는 걸라라 그거 타반데 걸라라. 근데 라빠 빼려. The Lhasa course patayas mekunka.
No, I landed correctly on the ground, not on the tree. But while I was folding up the chute, there was a gust of wind, and then it dragged away the chute, and my shoulder got dislocated.
Oh.
But there were people, and they fixed it immediately.
That's a
네,
very.
로파카시 네, 드네네 메포가 테rel라. 다 거표와라. 드네 뭐지 파일 라윌레야요, 르레야요. 르나도 그샹다서 던데자 제용도. 드네 로파테 오픈을 마초 테rel라. 거표도 마소아. 대케네라 코런 그에서때 또 졸로테요라. 졸로던 어쩔도요라. 노드도야 더 푸마토는 소송에서도 태거. 대테마토는 다 살죠를 신로르바. 대 로파테에서도 태니 제시. 그래서 대강에서도 그 주슈래. 대만 조포 카토 연구도. 대 살죠 그것에서 더 토테서 루고도 나그는 때. 건점에 건커서 도와서.
So some of my friends, when the chute opened and they were coming down, they were singing songs. And there was one person whose chute did not open. And normally you have two chutes, one at the back and one in the front. So this person was able to pull the chute in front open. but this shoot is much smaller than the one at the back, and he dropped down straight on the ground and hit his head, and he was bleeding a bit, but they took him to the hospital.
Did he survive?
And he called Shiomara.
시에마서
He survived.
내가 진바동 전들에
Re-
So maybe we can begin by asking about your own experience now that you were trained to parachute out of an airplane. How soon after that did you go back to Tibet?
Ta Aulaleya Namjuna ne ma chumya donzu jongdan te charwa. And DJ la yoglu pyona la pa pevre.
다 dog 그 저세 때 there 말로 저세 그래서 좀 다때 때는 가서 따르도 다 멤버 그 저세 다 매체서 또 뭐자도 para 로저서 살 때는 가서 다 소년은 로가레세 콘센트리 로그도 너한테는 영화텔 칸로스와 너든 너도 컨트롤 다리 마가사테 다 파셰 대 봐요 태메디 사레 포모산한세데 대사자 대 봐요 자체 칼 신화세를 고바신도 되는 주시 마가라 주사되는 세가라 주사되는 주 마시 도 고바되는 대고바 신화세를 고바자죠 되는 주시 되는 전에 되는 샤포 트루 데세죠스 코서 노트 벨 로그도와 로그요식 다 다다텔라마 제벨 하파 첨보 정도스 저선 로지먼도사 요 소년원이 영화세니자를 단달 하파 정도스 로지먼도사 된 영화세를 단로절 하파 먼도스도 되네 컨트롤도 노든 되네 컨트롤도 때 컨트롤을 터리보나스 컨트롤도 때 노드트스 첨보 전을 코바세 컨트롤 사절 커서 다 teno te satera ta te se de ma poe pano de kovaciendo teno nganzo pa yoni ta choroso khalate tene shobo che nyasa togo cel per rogaresa chese ngabal junior choroso per le rogaresa tene nyana ni kogmando lo degmando ta togo rogar se sara chese ni chene kogmando nya de dena tene nganzo teresa 냐하자 데데 체체 군다 체세 nga바라 그랬더니 쇼세 번을 뜻이 같이 있더니 게게도 깨지고 강가텔레려도 되는 아주 노드는 아주 노드 주사를 게게도 서가 그때만에 또 근데서 절로 쇼게도 저서 야포치아스 저서 다 셔야 년과 셔터 연화를 저서 세포지와 말스 소실림 비텐다레스 뭐뭐 셔가레면서 루셀로 로 말스 생간조가 세터째는 다 신나셨어. 세요이. 대 건자 샤자 개가 가셔야 되네. 매너 쳇도 용도다. 건조서 뭐 데자르바. 대 간조노 때 매체 쇼게 때도 대 체생아발 노데 어쩌스. 되는 노드는 야대대 되는 간데서 칸로 쉬어라 쳐사 먹었. 대 체로 때를 들어서 쫓쫓도 용도. 개게지. 요았다 있다네 삽바쇼 또 대사설 때네 파타를 고르랜도 고가보도 때네 마 르베 델레나 노팅에 저기도 신화 들에서 살림바들 카노데 다때 퍼날레 사른도 벨 들 거라 작은데 뭐네 사자네 왔다게 그 거라 자수 세면서 안제도 거라 작아 하고 오면도 되네 요시 되네 이거네라 나도 메로파세는 되네 콤바세 돌로라 신카스도 되노 소스 gakana de chin sal navozo ga tes sa cholore te combat so ga gohal sanche mo ta jod sache to so te serire ko zo trian ros ta jamiles sene ta ga ropa khashen cha phare panan ropa doa rope bango sa ropa to so ngashe zo ta ga zo jami sel te ke jod jami nganzo jami reso ndo mus peba yo je so no mando ko da nganzo jar gaboyose jameise ropazo ke jogdoa tete yose tene nganzo cel ma yo sare ta so mo patezo gara gaboyo nal pati ngoshi pategar ke to nan to jo mara tene koso tezo do nile do tok durba tende do tok dushine ta nganzo ropa ibara tene zo patia tene seruru.
So So we were there at the training site for 9 to 10 months, and after completing all the training, we were told that now we'll have to go and we're taken by a plane. I think once again it was in Taiwan, and we were put in a different house in a forest this time, and we were there for about 6 to 7 days because they told us several times that it was too windy in Tibet to be dropped. And so finally one day we left, and we came to an airport with a very large house, and they told us that we should eat some food and get some sleep because tonight we would be going away to Tibet. And but although we tried to sleep, we couldn't because we were quite worried. And at 5 exact, the airplane came, and the trainers and the interpreters were there, and we all shook hands. And the trainers, they patted us on the back and said that we were not to feel sad because though there was a chance of death, we were doing it for our country, and without people dying, there was no way we could gain independence. And some of them shed tears, and even some of our people too cried. And then we left at 5, and in the night we were shaken awake, and we saw that it was very windy outside, and it was a very dark forest, and then we were dropped. And I and one of my companions, we fell in a field, and it was winter time, and we hit the ground. And near the house there were some animals also, and a few of our colleagues, they fell on top of a nomad's tent, and the nomads were very scared and started crying. And they thought that the people that dropped were Chinese, and they called out saying, that we like the Chinese. And so in the night, we couldn't call out to each other where our companions had landed. So we were taught to pick up 2 stones and hit the stones and make a noise. And then we all located each other and grouped.
Continue, please.
Any 가르치라 올라.
라.
Any 가르치라.
안에 단다테는 간도 내일 페르바 또 뭔가도 세페 대실 거라죠 못세 페르바 테는 못세다 트래블을 소니 고바테스 셰존도 고바나다 니와 카셰 나스 트라요라 트라톰보요라 그 트랄 손을 말을 맞도지 테네 말을 테네 가서 강가체 루르서 야포레스 테네 테 룸바테노라 마마 몸보도 안 가서 백 마마 다 집에 7핑에서가 뭐사가 쳤어가 7핑에 집에 건조 쇼케레시 몸보 시원레시 안에 세자쇼 간저 저러서로 로바쟁에 있어가 세자패면도 파트인도 건조 오세다자 용도 파트인도 샤파리 땡에다 살 몸보선 드라 건조 냐다 돈을 잘라 간가 초사죠
수.
근데 대파나 마마지 먼저 노도는 마유야 로바요랑 간저 로바산에 잘라도 초 건조 냐다도 다 장유가 그래서 수이사라 다때는 노세 사테를 때서 파시에 세션들 단단하죠 샤게세세들 워시판도 파나 마음노 데게 때는 가서 텐데에서 데게 텐데 샤게세 있어 텐데세 파시에 세시 오다 이제 연도 다 가서 데게 텐데 다 가서 세테요 자 때는 가서 가보서 때는 세르르체 तेज़ा तेने गाजे ते नोट का चला कांका कद तो सपरात रूम में तो जो ससतार तो या चे देख ते नो से साते तेने गाजो रखा ले ऑन रोजा रखा चुंबा नो मादे तेने रखा शापों ये गाटो जे दे तेने पात अमेरिका तांडी जोगारा तारग देवा चे गारा तेने गाजो दिल्ले योस साजन दे दिल्ले योस तेने जो पाचन देवा चे ते शापो जे गजे दे ने तेने गाजो रखाल छोन ने छोमंदो तेने मा तेने तंदा पेंबा गेंबा नो पोई पेंबा तंदा ते दे दिनो यार ते गेंबा नो पोई गेंबा नो दे तेने गेंबा नो ने मामंदो ता ते गेंबा रे कांगा पे अपोजोगदो तंबो mama the sosena ta tanda mechu se rapa de jan gagres and de karchena jag res se jan gagres and tende mo yoshik de ta te non koje traga tende mares tende zo lo sose ya yo mares konzo mongo shipa mo wondo ate te apoyo ars tende te de gambal de tende konzo nganzo saya te gendo tal chote tanyo nganzo tanyo ya tal chote gendo pe apozo gendo tene date me tene nganzo patse tande zo tene no dun me tobo yushua la cha menda yu gara tene konzo gata chen dog de konzo menda mando de mando menda yo na de ngazare chazare musmando te nganze pe menda rel de ni jasa jatra pa mal ma chagiz yara tene gata chet tene zo la cha kho ni su ze yush para le khabache ter last ta ngazo 근데 쇼쇼파 그르세스 안에마나 뭐라 쇼르마 가르세르다 찬도 쇼르마 그르세 로가레스 그르세 차라 펜바 데가레스 사탄에 라차 촘보도 텐데 모스 유시 군다 노저가 유아 테자타테 노세가 테르 당 노디 수테쇼 테네 자메가 예네 멜 메조 조도 테테테테테테테 드진 더저도 빠토파 tene te do chok do chombondre do toga doshon shene kajar mi pullo tene mo yogondo mo ma yu ange yunge ze yogondo ma yu charel chese ze ge yil ge yunge ze yogondo ma tere yo na sonyin ge nge ze yogondo teso chola tese zongdo wa yana la ngazo mo nimes shoso maso ma mo ni tene no ne me tappa reshin order ga tene zo tene sane se jamago ko mo ko nganzo ge sama khezi so te ngal do nganzo te dal mo bo joy mo te mo je ke joy te nganzo te khe de do te de konzo tate ma sa isa se daw mo do nganzo tene jama tha je te mo ko ge tene nganzo che to joy yo tene ka de pop news nganzo tingo ja.
So one of our colleagues fell on a rock and his chute got entangled, so he was injured a bit. But anyway, we were all able to gather.
How many?
Mi khazes yore khen domne ma yugyo.
요즘 뭔다 주니就是제절
14. Okay. And and the place where we were dropped was called Chara Penpa. And there were many Tibetan escapees and fighters gathered there. And when they saw us, they looked at us and then they ran away thinking that we were dropped by the Chinese. And and some of our colleagues, who had fallen closer to these escapees, they had even received beatings at their hands. And among us, there was one person from Derge, who was a prominent person, and there were many people, escapees, who knew him, and then we were able to explain to them about our mission, and then they were good to us and then joined us. Mm-hmm. And then we burnt the chutes and took the wireless sets and then went into the mountains, and from there we sent messages to America. We were there for like 5 to 6 days, but it was too cold to stay in the mountain. And so we moved down to the Penpa monastery. And there they treated us very well. But initially we learned that there were some monks who, were not sure of us and they wanted to kill us. But the others explained that they knew some of us and about our mission, and they fed us well, and then we bought horses for which they gave horse feed, and after a month, there were several 2 to 3 droppings by the Americans, where we had a lot of guns and ammunition, and these we divided among the people, and they were very happy. And we divided the people and told the fighters that some of us should go to the north, some towards Chamdo, and some of us should remain in Chara Penpa. And every day the Chinese plane flew overhead, and they would shell us, they would drop stones, huge stones that would make holes in the buildings. And there were different types of bombs that they dropped, some of which exploded immediately, while others exploded slowly, while there were still others that exploded much later. And during these encounters, we lost 2 of our men. And then, there was these planes overhead every day, and then we got slowly surrounded by Chinese soldiers on the ground. However, we were able to fight about 8 to 9 encounters there, which we won because I believe at that time the Chinese were not ready with their armies. Mm-hmm. And finally, there was nothing for us to do but to escape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And where did you escape to?
Any kavala tupere?
Ane tandanga zote yo ne tendezal pa le ton la cha yo ba. La cha yo tenenga nganzal panetris se kanu shi American che. Choroso gorose shol droga res shol. gorose ma Karze garmande nganzo chando shol man droga res. Gorose taga ronja des Chara Penpa des. Sa lacha chombo yugis tene patsen ronga go mama mombo chis. Lacha skose tene za sagdwa. Tete lacha de yo tene jag no droga tezon nganzo lacha yu siru mator. Roya de yo khowazan lu nganzo bojo yo. Sa yo. Ta jal choge yorba. Khowano yo jo ngaso bo mo bo yoro nganzo lam bo yugo yor pense. Troje go zonando. Tsom boza le kol go tapatel yo ja to khowa koro yo chen dog do. Teresa tso pache nganzo tazo tado so jonga chore del mendado tso kia tene nganzo cel roya. Cel ro ter cel nganzo ma ro ter le jamane la khane go kono ne machine le mana longo khatse ga ren do. Cel tonga ma do so ma te ro pa te ro. Sere se tezo terela jale jondo. Menda jogo mando. Tene kanga te shos jalo. Te shos sare tene ngazo ta tene ngazo nwa ni ze go. Saje me tal saya me cel go ni ku ta thone me mana so ro. Te ngazo la cha chombo chombo tene ko te so chogo mando. Tene chopa shel ma le ju. Go tene dege mo bo yor dege da so Zagese sadila devar, Zagese sadinganzo sarugare let, Serere mojo jak. Pe medasa no le apegter and younger no is oging. Then pe mandag pe lumbacoropi kideg. Tenganzo till lacan see. Till lacan segala lazakaga deterella. What Germany lesh, Jaleter and Ganzo Madangases. Mayakos and Manga. Jao kashe selza ta ten zin tene che la ka mo do jamo ta ja ka se sen na se le yung do tene tren lo tene laza kalga ya laza kalga nganzo jaski jad tu ten leben dal mana ma po te leben da de la shit sa le shia de ten no le pe yo le ja cha ke ne ja cha ronde za le yo je ke se to yo 당한테 사야도 강간되는 제 라선데 셋 joinade yo sa del yonjo chakia de chak makekol devaso manda dal no ka kanga kaboza nyango de yoti jami tene manda joshi zo shwa zo ter tene ngazo ta kacha shelo chata yo mar so kawa ino trejor ta la ka yo te chomo bora pe tene ngazo mo ngaze ma katoti mo boses tenga zo katoza de yo po tene se mama je ga cha ga te yo tene ta tre mo bo te yo te so wa te se yo tenga zo la ka se tere tene jas ke chat ke tere me jo ja sha yo me jo ja nga zo ropa mama ni ses pe chakha talking gol pe hayong gol chozo to mejo te dol tene ta do la cha ta tar to ya kanga tilos tas tar to ze ta che das men da do to ne ma ke zo ala ten te pa ze tene ta che yo ma che tra ma komba cho jo sa ya yo ma re tene te za ni ma mo bo ga tene dropa san se che na tene kama ka re tene sa.
So after we sent messages to the US, then they dropped the weapons, and they ordered and gave us instructions that the people were to group and go into different directions, like towards the north and Chamdo, and some of us were to stay back in Chara Penpa. And they also said, that whoever, went out to the north or to Chamdo were to take many soldiers along with them. And at one point, the Americans had dropped a lot of weapons, and we had collected all these into a house, stored them into a house. But the Chinese were converging upon us, and fearing that we would lose all these weapons into the Chinese hands, we set fire to the storehouse and burnt all the weapons. And some of the weapons we saved and loaded them onto like 15 or 16 horses and then set out into the dark. And but once again, we encountered the Chinese along the way, where we lost the weapons, and we lost about 5 of our men also, and a few of the Chinese were also killed. And as we rode into the night, it was dark and we had no food, and at times, we would fall down from the horse in our sleep. And we went on, and at one point we stopped to make some tea and drink it near a valley. And in a forest, we saw that there were 8 to 9 yaks tied up. So thinking that, we are going to get food today here, we stopped and went towards that forest. But, the Chinese attacked us, and then everybody had to run for their life. And we all got scattered, separated from each other. The horses and the mules were killed, and I lost the wireless set there. And now we had no horse and had to walk. And since we had nothing to eat, we stole animals from the nomads along the way.
Oh, this was a very desperate situation. How did you survive it?
아니 다 근데 깔리 카부 쉬우직 차도와 두주
No.
다 가르직 매바체니 아니 담마시바 칸데스 체니 다 펩토라드니야
That's it.
라오
Ane nganzo tenela tanda ngiloi ba tado walis tu akanga jal shonro ba. Walis tu ya the manda jal nganzo manya khazo jara. Teza tene nganzo kombat jal jaga che nyagar. Tomba nganzo manda chacho dercha jaji seyo. Mamadu kanga. Tene che nyagar ter jaga sacho che ter nganzo manda chuni just change them so long. Para longal sessions. There is a jado related that jado. The one Kajavana jado two and Ganzon Zigayona, Ganzo Denua tree and Rojanal, Kajava Jading and the dead jogomando, Conza Denua Porto Joy said, Kenya Pal Gujon to a jug. Kenya Patasan Tatanal Pal dead jogomando, Guess Tombol Gujon. That is your get Tombol Tan Belcopa Gujon. Jang tende chu go kasa kal jama sa tewa mando tende rosso sege wasare tende go ka deja.
So the horses were killed, and we destroyed the wireless sets, and then we walked on towards India. And when we started out, there were 60 to 70 people in the group, and when we reached the Indian border, there were only 13 or 14 of us left, and the rest were killed along the way. And when we encountered the Chinese, say for example, we encountered the Chinese at camp number 4, and then we fled away. I think they called up their next camp at camp number 2, because when we reached camp 2, the Chinese were laying in wait there. So in this way, we encountered the Chinese at every way stop on the route.
안녕 가세가 세리리 요 내리리 신화는 자 르할냐 자께서 고라라는 고시야 잔다게 근데 좀 자체가 있지 근데 보노네라 보 마음에 근데 더 롱가 때에 니 티지로시 대치 근데 선체라가 근데서 저거 산에 저거 간에 던져 살을 근데 저자 저가 틀래 야갈래랑 앉아 멍하면서 하면 되면 다 찌지든.
Yeah, so along the way, we sometimes fled up into the mountains where there were forests and would make some tea if we could find snow. And then in the place called Po, we were able to find 2 guides, and they, helped us along the way, stealing animals and finding food wherever we could. And finally, when we reached proper India, there were only 5 of us left.
What was it like for you to lose so many colleagues on this journey?
아니 다 트웹 윤두간에 수수기 로버 쉬우지 망부 세 차르와 게메 아부드두 간에 가르르직 텐스웨
다 저야만도 정안서 가스 타요 때다 때문에 가바티오나 샤차다 저 셈바도 보건도 뭐원지 차라 다 저야 말을 소설 lumba 된다니까 셔야로래 안저가 저 심마도 알아서마도 저 들으자체 Karze ta Yapon azal le mara ta chetel koro shikina matoni se tanor ta konzo lenga se ja de so sentido do nganzol ropa ngon shipa pe to so te za mombo de sarba jamal ni zena Lhasa do se to mani.
Yeah, we really felt sad because we had lived together for a very long time. But then at the same time, we thought, their dying was for the country. And even we too were ready to die. But then it was not our time, and we somehow were able to survive. And later, much later, I learned that 2 of our colleagues were in Lhasa.
They escaped somehow. And what happens to you next after you reach the Indian border? Is that where we're?
아니다 아부 디네수다 야가 산점라 조르웰
레 무슨 말이?
아니
다 덤보 panajaga pemake sesa diler pemake ta pek sarendwa tene ya lazya da setre lakha del tene shigle jogle li gata jond te daga de pek satore te te me posar jaga magandwa jaga maga tene tanganza Chara Penpa tene se gede shiola ha kogdwa te nganzal ke cha chegendo chara se Chara Penpa me la cha chegendo so revese nganzo mare se nganzo pana Lama se yore, lama diga chega dum se nganje chata hako mando se. Nganjo yo pore kosu kaba chino yore se. Moare se. Nganjo tende hamugo se. Te ta konje nganjo lo che shu zi na jura. Tendo ta tene la pala chese de kosu Amerika che chese jo jawara. Tendo na to pa zog do. Te no no lo so musamari chash. Musamari jaga mama go Charasan de desa. Ane charaso talila mi mamres. Nganzo India mamres. Ane nganze ga lachado, nganze ga tulo, nganze ga saya charasul tegres. Chapazogres. Dese de. Ya sogaze te gunda tsel chito chani dajeli yoy.
So We came through Pema, which is a Tibetan region, but across the mountain pass is India. And there we found an Indian army post. And the soldiers asked us, if we were from Chara Penpa, where the weapons were dropped. But we told them that we don't know about it, and that there was a Lama that was giving weapons, but we are just servants and we had no knowledge about it. But they doubted us and were suspicious because we were all wearing, watches that were given by the United States. And then they said, that you are soldiers of the Dalai Lama, we know it, and we are soldiers of India, and you can stay here, we'll give you food. But in the night, we ran away to Darjeeling.
What made you run away? What were you afraid of?
건다 가르치니 퇴칭의 다질링라.
다질레 텐다 다 자가가 요 로제가 라체나 저거면도 마마자 대가라요. 대대나나 용거부터 가서 다질레는 또 살아. 먼저 분할리까 가르치나오 네츠나시나 다질레 요시에가라. 안테르테테 무슨 말에 되니 도마쇼 세바 차고 사야마케 문 내가 뭐고 배목강가 나댕에 쪼래.
We didn't want to stay in Misamari. That's where the Indian border post was, because it was very hot and there were many sick Tibetan people, and they were not giving us weapons to fight. And then we thought, that we had to report in Darjeeling about the mission. So that's why we went there.
And what happened when you got to Darjeeling?
And Darjeeling lady gane ni khanchena.
Darjeeling le de kone le dace ze de tene nganzole ho pandro ga resa. Americano. Americane pelu ga resa yonjo. Ane shage se te ta Darjeeling le ko no me apo yara. No me apo yara gumba sha de jas. Te nganzo mandas je yare. Je de pandro me se. Yonjo ro me se. Tene Darjeeling dene tene nganzo gosha jone le te to shua. Re nga ina 치시고르는 로체메 자사 도시 완전 문수 체메 자사를 로체 라즈데 말 로조나체 안에 데데데 테네 체메 자사를 사야도 강가야 포스 조금은도 테네 마 구바샤 마요에 안에 발루 도시가 발루 세사데 네팔에 덤보도 백사이식 테 네팔에 쇼로자렌도와 사소트테 데레 테네 발루가 로거도 다쳐세데 발루 데세랄가 타르토데 베네셀 니스두 벨간조 니스두게 텐데 와르 타르토게 텔아 탄다 카르세가 베바텐데 그수 유간조 베 유가 바 연도아 포테 이라 두세바텐데 니스드스 츠두치 테 panajo ya tartonge darte te nganzorto nganje pa amerikal pa to ta amerikal ishore kashi kavanjo ge.
So we were 1 month in Darjeeling when we were once again told that we'd have to go to USA, and then would be dropped into Tibet. But one of our colleagues, Mr. Thondup, he excused himself, and the 4 of us also said that we didn't want to go back to Tibet. And then they sent us to Mustang, and there I gave training for a year, but food was scarce, so I left and was sent to dispatched to Walung, which is on the Nepal-Tibet border. And for 9 years and 10 months, I sent wireless messages to the US from the villagers and other people that were gathering intelligence in Tibet.
9 years, that was a long tour of duty.
Lok guthamba shurwa gyurungbu shushuda.
Re lok gada da chaseder. Te ropa dasana gumba shan ros. Ane nga ma gumba da jele me chete ya. The Jalena Gumbashang and the what the Pinjat and Nereo Masujal. Then I near to San Rovis, Mayu, then the father. The next Gemedo cut the Tatjam and Airport engagement and now Gangore.
So it was nine years and 10 months that I was there, and during that period, my colleagues left, and so I too asked for leave to go to Darjeeling, and where I said that I wanted to go on a vacation because I had some relatives here. So then I came here, met my wife, and then I've been here since then.
Came from the Darjeeling came here to Balakupe.
Darjeeling ne dele resna Balikubil pair.
Belco.
Right.
And you've been here ever since.
Belco Palmaniere around the son. Tessayo, then the father.
Because I had relatives in Balakupi, so that's why I came here and then have been staying here.
You know, what was the importance or the reason for the information you were relaying to the American government on, was it about activities in Tibet? And what do you think was the reason they needed that information?
Tatanda and the Walung la Shubekablia, Tanda Netsu in the Tsu Druni, any Aril Tangi or Wala.
Valula that the needs a Dugiomare. Valu that the Valuga Moy or Valu.
Walung la Shubekablia, and that the Netsu Druni Pa Aril Tangi or Wa. Netsu Tunzu Kari Korlena, Americal Goya.
That's that Sajakava Kaval Mondo, Lika Karchegando. Yandrome Karkando, Mandrome Karkando, the Mog. Then is all that needs to do it. Mato Yeka Missek to do Yamando, Magaka Wando said, Magamunyu Kazendo se.
So the information that was gathered and sent across were, how many army camps were there and where they were located and what the soldiers were carrying. What things were being transported to the army camps and what was being transported away from the army camp, and such information was gathered.
But this information was coming from Tibetans inside of Tibet to you, and you were giving it to the Americans. Were the Americans still helping the Tibetans against the Chinese?
Dikablaya Pönalaya Yamimaga Kawadwe Dinde Sen Aril Tangiorwa and Dikablaya Arigi Robachitigi Yore.
Tikal Ropa, that Hegajara, Manzola do Kayamare, Dal Pona Titism. Tajula Tipetos the Ojara, Tirikari, Nel the Ropa Shavoche, Atalacha Shavozi Yore.
So they must be doing some help to benefit, because we were just given a monthly salary, but earlier they did give a great deal of help.
What did you feel when the United States withdrew its support of Tibet?
Jilia America program the Chindeng Gabrwa. Roram Chindeng Gam, the Roram di Jilia Teo Marwa, and the Corlean Aula to do Kari to Logona.
Ta Yella Mateva the Manzon Rawatan de Pel, Guru Mombo Urs, Lumba Kavainal, Kanga Teton Royal Mare, Jakon and Jajan just says the set. Teresa Pora Pasha Mutsuma, you said the Chulan Rojo. Tetel Mataneta, Rongeva Mare, Ropachengeva Yamare, Chegalaga, Cheg, Tendonas, Coponate, the Yogara. Maz the youngest yogara, Tende Amara. Then the Pecos Lojo Tal, Mato said than the Tapasha Sejare. Manzokasha Tire, Mr. Thames Tower Martin, Tapa Ropachena Chesagas, Mayo Martin, Tendonas of Hondo said, Mendro so in the Tangande.
So many groups were dropped into Tibet, and all the missions were not successful. The people were either surrounded and killed by the Chinese, or people were no longer willing to go and be dropped into Tibet. So perhaps that's why, since the missions were not successful, that they helped, the help stopped.
When you look back on your life, how do you feel about the effort that you made and the risk that you took to try to help save Tibet? What do you think about that effort that you made?
Ta aulagi ta pebegi ta tendaliya kale pe gyayora leka mangbu cheyora ani nyanga ge mangbu chungyorwa indi tholiya ani khari thengi de westanda
ta che chushu kolano sose kale jo ta ngene tonega zenana sose lumbag tendare nyene jarum biche kar ta ngazo pe momo tendare chete kar chana che susuna de tenil kale joye Yapozal pe Rusenda ton la per ndrona ngaru lika digo te ton jin lika yapoz rendona sig maresune shu joy. Terta che shu jo to we amare gengo chandro re che men ne ronga re tene che kalika vor chola kalika wondu te rizala tene la der ta che je to makere ta che childinal muteda lika.
So when I was younger, I have done everything I could for Tibet, and which is also the advice of His Holiness. And I have done everything for the country as well as for the people of Tibet. And now that I'm old and my wife is sick, so I have to remain like this.
And have you had contact with any other Tibetan men who joined that kind of force and were trained by Americans? Do you know of any other here in Bailakupe or anywhere else?
Tanda America gi lobjong tejo gi mitinde agula kyan tabu tinde yorwa tinde dawu nyamdo dewa yona jik tinde Bailakupe de wale yodo
Nga
tinde yorwa mi shema tinde dewa yoyo
shemba yo ro me chan ro ge jin shatsare te ta yenda yo me ha ko mar ta te ko so chene sanwa zo le chene ma lo yo ta sa ge ma ni yo ne ma ni de pa te ngo shi mu ji ya le re chene ha mo ko ke zo to ne ma to so ga ngan zo lo yo chen ge cho ngan zo lo yo chen ge se to ya lu se yo ma re ha ko ma re.
So those that are trained with me are all dead, but since their training was given in much secrecy, I wouldn't know about the other groups of people.
I see. And what are your wishes for Tibet? What do you hope happens to the country of Tibet?
Tanda awulagi rewala rwa ta pyogi lungba dilaya ta khare raji chungro china dawaji gongudwe.
Ta che masha ko le per se le je ona so gudo te kale wa mo boz jar te na la so se le ba dar se le na ta da mo na la ngal se ona do te ne ngaru pomona te de loyo te so te tu te de ta gang go ren ro te de za pai se tu ro che na so ro se da ro che na so te ta ro ka bo chu no ye ka te ma do ta.
So I wish that Tibet could gain independence and that I could go to Tibet before I died, because I have my sisters there and I would like to meet them.
What advice would you give to the children of Tibet?
And tanda pyogi lochunga pugu dinde yorwa tangaransu kawa yonege pebe pugu and tunzulaya and awulagi lobcha karida wish kyensare.
Da tela lojate shimar pebe pogala lojate ya de kalikabo pere da ba ngana se lojate no konje anjo no rogo mare konja pe ha mo ke tone chetrong ha mo ma shike chura jawa shezana pe se ra kande se yona sa pe se dar mato lumba kande yo ha mo ke te chura tesala ngana se lojate do nga nyetaga se lojate no konja no rogo mare.
That would be very difficult, to give advice to the Tibetan children, because I, as an ordinary person, even if I advised them, they would not listen to me.
Okay. Well, Abula, I want to thank you very much for this interview, and I want to just once ask one more question again, and that's if this interview was shown in Tibet or China, now that you've given this interview, would this be a problem for you?
다 단단 간주 티워 틸랜디 차버와 아니 아굴라게 숭야도 저 숭여와 아니 디치디 간주 티워디 양교 땅고고도라 아니 단다 티워 틸랜난교디 양교 벼다 캐나다 템베나 강에 개요 마르와스
다테 단다 하고면 당아마다이는 간저 룸바테노니라 모토테세 요가나 데딜라 간저 샤모세알 달테케안도 서틀 드야체 모초케 막강가 되는 로여는 간저 데리 판로게 다 선체다이는 룸바테노네 가자시는 간 줌바데 선체되네 저는 간저 선체되네 저 데서 샤모 로모보요 다 데서 바 강가 뇽보잘 찌는 이조타 다 텐데 나저로 하고 테널라 나도 내 저걸 하더래 파이다볼 내가 시나요 강아자 때는 간디시 하고 말봐 텐데 그 세트나마 또 얘가 먼저 다 나는 파이센 로서 with the 단로타 사마레 투토 사마레 다 칼리카보도 고와더 나이 쳇은 로제만도
So I'm here and there'll be no problem for me because I don't think I'll be able to go to Tibet. But my family members in Tibet, they were given the symbolic hat by the Chinese, which meant that for many years they could not mix with the other people, and even while walking on a road, they had to, move away where people were walking, and such things happened in those days. But now they have more equality.
Okay, good. Thank you very much for sharing your story with us. We learned a great deal about Tibet from you.
And 다른 루교손의 투지체 승아서 표현걸래야 망보시엔 투손스.
Yes.
Okay.